This podcast contains strong language which may be offensive to some people.
Sometimes you might need a pick-me-up, a push in the right direction, some words that help put you back on track. This is the Learn, Develop, Live podcast with your motivational moment.
Good morning and welcome to the Motivational Moments from the Learn, Develop, Live podcast. My name is Chris Jaggs and I'm bringing you another little motivator to help you push through the week. Now in this clip, we have my current favourite actor, Ryan Reynolds, talking about his thinking and approach to his own side hustle as an entrepreneur. Here is Ryan.
Well, that's sort of difficult. I mean, I think I can now say that I've done pretty well in the business. I mean, the things I determine as really successful are things that you sort of have to be the engine on, or things that you generate yourself, or content you create yourself, or and when that kind of stuff works, sort of like the Deadpool stuff, or that, then I feel like I've really done something important, or something at least that's important to me. But I don't know if I ever sort of sit back and think like, made it. Well, if you see the character of Deadpool, it's kind of an unorthodox type superhero. I mean, it's R-rated. It's a character that breaks the fourth wall. He has cancer. He wears like a giant, red body condom around. I mean, these are all like unusual things for a superhero movie. You don't really ever get to see his face. And studios say, well, you're casting an actor. We want to see his face. And Deadpool's so much bigger than larger than life than just like some guy who's intermittently clenching his jaw muscles and squinting in nice lighting. So for me, it was an opportunity to really kind of showcase something that I had been passionate about for a decade when I got that first one made. Always just embrace this idea that you know nothing, because you don't. I mean, as soon as you think you know exactly how it's all going to go down, or what audiences are really yearning for, you can be surprised. So I love that edict. I like that idea that I believe in film and any endeavor to be a process of collaboration. I think you always have to listen and always ask for help, and the best leaders are the people that hire the best people. So that's the thing that I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned, is like, just hire the best people you can, people that you connect with, people that you love, people that you can learn from, and that's how you make it. I mean, Aviation Gin is a craft spirit, an incredibly fast-growing craft spirit of which I am one of the owners of. It's been around since 2006. It was created in Portland. One of the only. It's the highest rated gin in the United States, which is important. It's scored a 97 in Wine Tasting magazine, and it's one of the only spirits that was created through the collaboration of both a distiller and a bartender, which is, if you think about it, would kind of be the best possible way to create any sort of spirit. You have two people who are experts in their field coming together, creating the thing that I think consumers would absolutely love. So that's Aviation Gin in a nutshell, or a bottle. Whatever you prefer. There is for me, and I'm watching it happen right now. I mean, I bought into the company. It was a 20,000 case a year business, and now it's a 40,000 case a year business, and that's in less than 1 year. I attribute that to just exposure. Anyone who tries it basically switches to that brand. So the more people you can get to try it, the better your business is. And you lead with, I can never be as great an ambassador for Aviation Gin as Aviation Gin can. So for us, it's that brilliant intersection of a product that is better than anything else on the market, and then also marketing. We love marketing. And so marketing Aviation Gin has been one of the most fun endeavors I've ever had. Well, I mean, non-traditional marketing is the biggest one. I don't, and my partner George and I both sort of feel like, the paid ad business is a little tricky these days, and not necessarily something that catches waves the way like, digital and viral marketing does. And again, it goes back to that same lesson I learned on Deadpool, which is necessity is the mother of invention. We don't have a marketing budget the way some of the big, massive, century-old gin companies do. Ours is tiny, and because of that, we have to think out of the box, and because of that, we have so much more fun doing it. So, creating Aviation Gin content has been one of the great adventures of my life. It's been so much fun. Tons of viral videos, not tons, but just enough that we feel each one that we do invest in makes a huge impact. I mean, some of the things that we've done have had way over 1 billion impressions, and it's just, we did a video with Richard Branson that was giant. We did some stuff with Jimmy Fallon that was That was huge, and it's some of it is leveraging relationships. I mean, I recognize the fact that I can get into rooms that maybe, unknown guy who owns a gin company
You think?
can't. Yeah, so
Maybe.
I definitely use that to our advantage, and I also make fun of that in our viral videos. I mean, our viral videos are hyper self-aware.
Okay.
So we often place me in the position of dum-dum. Virgin Airlines is sort of like if you're going to look at it as an airline, it's also kind of the rock star airline, and I think that they saw aviation gin as this incredibly fast-growing spirit and something that they wanted on board their fleet and in all their lounges and that sort of thing. And we just thought, let's do something fun about it. So we met with the Virgin team, and we came up with this pitch with Richard Branson, where I'm sort of sitting there talking to Richard Branson and basically telling Richard Branson that, or allowing Richard Branson to believe that I think we're merging. And he's just, no, this is just a partnership. I often love casting myself in the role of just complete business idiot, and that's super fun. So Richard Branson is a huge sport about these kinds of things, and he very much loves laughing at himself, as do I. I want to grow it. No matter what happens, even if it's acquired tomorrow, I have to be a part of its DNA still. So it's something I'm passionate about. Hopefully I'll get to be a part of this for the next 40 years, whether I'm the owner or someone else. I get excited about stuff that's kind of, inventive. I love ingenuity. I love anything that sort of I think is interesting. I'm not like a guy that sits around sort of rolling the dice, looking at the stock market and that kind of thing. I don't know anything about that. But with Maximum Effort Productions is obviously my production company. We are focused on a lot of different kind of fun things. One thing that's a huge priority for us is, again, we're always looking to do stuff that's a little outside of the box and sort of bucks the traditional system. But we found a kind of a thriller horror story on Reddit, believe it or not. Reddit No Sleep called The Patient Who Nearly Drove Me Out of Medicine, which is one of the most frightening stories I've ever read in my entire life. It's a short story, about 80 pages, but it's just engrossing in every way. And half the time you're reading it, you have chills going up your spine. So that's something I'm really excited about, just because it's a completely different avenue to pull source material from, which is pulling it basically from a form of social media, which is kind of unorthodox. And then I think with Maximum Effort, we're going to we love marketing, so we sort of are branching out in that area yet. We're not at the point where we're ready to make some kind of crazy announcement, but it's something we're passionate about. We love inventive, groundbreaking marketing, and that's something that we're very passionate about. So we'll see if we move the ball down the field there too. There's an old line from a movie that you would never expect to have that much wisdom, but there's an old line from Van Wilder, which is, don't take life too seriously because you'll never get out alive. And it's true. I mean, that's sort of, I've held that with me for, almost 20 years now since that movie, but it's very true, you're never gonna get out alive, so have some fun while you're here. Family, 100%. As anyone will know, it's almost frustratingly so for some of the people I work with, is that I gotta make sure that my time is my time with my family is prioritized over anything else. No, I mean, I always thought I'd end up as in law enforcement, like my family. So I didn't imagine that acting was a way to get out of the house. It wasn't really like a passion when I was a kid. It was something that I was already doing at home, to survive. So
right.
You kind of, I noticed when I was a kid, making people laugh was a great self-defense mechanism. It really helped me kind of navigate my way through my own home with my older brothers and my dad, and I could diffuse them by making them laugh. So there was sort of a kind of a sing for your supper sort of vibe in my house. That served me in great ways later on, but as a kid, it was the means. It was a means to an end. It was just a way to get out of the house, and I could act. I didn't necessarily want to. I just knew I could. Yeah, I mean, I loved improv comedy. I'm never going to say that I was the world's greatest improv comedian, but it's something I've used, in countless ways on every movie and every job I've ever done. So I moved to Los Angeles to get into improv comedy, and quickly ran out of money and ended up with getting an agent somehow, or bullshitting some agent into taking me, and then, ended up getting a job at show business. I always characterize anybody who works in show business as success as an actor, because it's a very tough field. But there wasn't a single soul on earth who would recognize me from anything in the showbiz entertainment field that would make me a star. I wasn't a star. I was just a kid who occasionally worked in show business. I hid it largely in high school. Then I never celebrated. It was always something I kind of really tried to keep as quiet as possible. For me, high school was a situation where the more invisible I was, the more kind of happy I was. So I just wanted to get through that shit show and go live my life.
That video can be found on YouTube and is called Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds discusses his side hustle as an entrepreneur and is published by the Richez Lifestyle YouTube channel. Now over to you. Would you like me to teach you the Learn, Develop, Live method to help take you to a higher life, a higher level in what you want to do and chase the dreams that you set yourself? I can help you identify that pain or the issue that you have right now, or just put together a plan on how you want to take it head on and just go and smash it out of the park. Why not? Why not start today? Get on my calendar at ldlcall.com and start to level up today. Now I know I can help you, and I've got a coaching program for everyone, including you. Now that is all from me today. Enjoy your day. Happy Monday, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.
Learn, Develop, Live, helping you switch on those light bulbs you have hidden in your head. Thanks for listening. You can find more motivational moments at learndeveloplive.com, and we'll be back to inspire you again tomorrow.